What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? Sorry for the delay on today's show, but I said I'd be here every day around this time. All right. I did say 3 p.m. Eastern. We did not go live at 3 p.m. Eastern, but we're going to try and go live around this similar time every single day. You got to try and build a habit. The consistency is the most consistent, the best part, the best way to do so. So whether it's 3:30, whether it's 3, whether it's around that. Today, we ended up doing my CFL show a little bit later, which pushed this hockey stream back a little bit. But we're excited, guys. We are excited about today. We made some money last night in the NHL preseason. That's all we can ask. That is all we can ask to do. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you guys were able to cash on the Canadians with me. Whether you found a good price in the money line, whether you cashed on that puck line at plus 150. 5-0 victory for the Canadians. So I was super excited about that. We'll let a few of you guys get in here, and I got a few picks to give out for tonight, and then we'll wrap things up and make it a really, really short show. So I have a new deal that just came out today that I wanted to let you guys know about. First month of the season of the NHL and the preseason for $149. To me, that's a really good deal. And also, a lot of people right now are a little hesitant to jump in on board for the full entire year, which I understand. Last year wasn't a good year. And people probably want to just see how things are going to go. So, as you can see at the bottom of your screen, NHL preseason plus the first month of the regular season for $149. That deal is up and active and alive right now over at wagertalk.com. Want to give a shout out to IceX. Want to give a shout out to Aaron. Want to give a shout out to Bronny for being here. Guys, again, sorry for being so late. If you're watching on X, do me a favor. Head on over to YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. Like the video. Let's try and make some money. All right. IceX. Anywho, looking for lineups, yet nothing. Law. Only like the Caps. I don't know why I shouldn't trust the Penguins at all, making me want to take the Sabres. All right. So nobody likes to look in the past. Nobody likes to go back to yesterday. But yesterday, let's take a look at some of the scores for yesterday. Because yesterday will teach us stuff that we can use for today. Okay, yesterday, Utah, it was their first game at home. We're going to go in sporadic order. First game at home and at their real new arena. It's back-to-back home games, quote-unquote, for Utah. But technically, yesterday was their first game in the actual NHL arena. They squeaked out a victory in overtime, winning over the Kings 3-2. The other matchup, the Battle of Alberta, was a split squad. We won't really touch on that. The Stars, we did give out the Stars on the show as a lean, but it did not become official play. They were down, I believe, most of the game. Then they had a buzzer beater victory over the Avalanche. To me, that lineup was good enough to contend or to compete, and they got the job done. The Sabres and Blue Jackets, guys, that's a good example of a game that, look, we got it right with the over 6.5, but it was one of those ones where when you see a lineup like that, at home especially, going up against a weaker lineup on the other side, we should probably just take the puck line. I'm not a huge puck line guy overall. I've never had success really with puck lines. But I think overall, that's probably what you want to do in a matchup like that. And we've got two games that are very similar to that one that I think we want to look at for tonight. And then, of course, the Canadians. IceX talking about it in the live chat below already. Habs let loose in the third, which was fun. Flames destroyed the Oilers. Love it. Yeah, I mean, look, it was only 1-0 for a while in the NHL in the Canadians game, and then all of a sudden they went crazy. But man, it felt good to watch the chemistry some of those guys had together. And then now tonight, you got Cole Caulfield, you got Nick Suzuki, Uri Slafkovsky, some of the younger guys like Owen Beck getting opportunity to play. So back to back for the Habs, but of course. I don't believe anybody besides Logan Mailloux is playing for the second straight night. So it looks like it will be just a whole new squad for the Montreal Canadiens. What's up, Steve? We got Steve. Watch a bit of the CFL show. Let's go Lions. Cashed on the over 6.5 in the Columbus game. Sweet. Happy you're back with us here today. Happy to have all you guys here with us. So let's not waste any time as we did start a little bit later. Not going to have picks in every single game, guys. So I'm just going to kind of go through some of the stuff for some of the games. All right, so Toronto and Ottawa is interesting because now we've seen Ottawa north of minus 200 here. And, of course, the Toronto was minus 350, minus 400, depending on where you look in the first meeting a couple days ago between these two teams. I think it was Sunday night when they played. And, of course, it was 6-5 for the Senators, and the Senators had mostly a younger prospect AHL squad against Matthews, Marner, all those guys, and yet the Senators ended up coming out on top. But now it's a little bit of a different story where you look at the Senators with Claude Giroux, with Timmy Stützle, with some more defensemen that are part of the lineup, with some other guys being added in the forward group. I think that, they're kind of the look, but this is one of those plays, guys. IceX is saying it. I mean, some books showing minus 215, 220. I would not be shocked to see both meetings between these two teams right here in the preseason go up and over the total of 6.5. The good news is where I'm looking on DraftKings, it's actually shaded towards the under. So as far as this number is concerned, I think I would have to go towards the over. I'd have to go towards the over in this one. Carolina, Tampa, we're seeing short road favorites actually for Carolina in that one. This is actually one of those seasons I think that the preseason will actually mean something for Carolina. I've never really taken John Cooper as a coach that really cares too much about preseason for Tampa, which is why you're seeing them as plus 110 underdogs at home. Kind of a pass for me, but I would lean towards the road favorite there. Washington and Boston. We got the boys battling it out in the live chat about this game here, guys, and I gotta say, I'm looking at the caps here in this one. We do have a couple guys for the Bruins that are worth mentioning. It's a lot of young guys, and for the Bruins overall, the young guys, they do battle and they do show up, so they are a team that can be live dogs with just the younger guys. However, having said that, I like the fact that Pierre-Luc Dubois is going to be out there for the Caps. Tom Wilson's going to be out there for the Caps. Some notable names defensively, but also some guys trying to crack the roster defensively. That number, I think, is only going to move throughout the day. So I would look towards the Capitals. This, to me, is one of those opportunities to look at a road team that I think if this exact same matchup was being taken place in Washington, the line would probably be a lot higher. So, yeah, I know, Aaron. I get it. I just think that Washington's a team to bet on in the preseason right now. Washington's got a lot to prove right now. It's going to be a good one. I know Boston doesn't like to lose in the preseason, that's for sure. But I'll lock in the Washington Capitals as a team here to look at tonight. So it's interesting. The Montreal Canadiens lineup came out a lot earlier than the New Jersey Devils lineup came out. So people were kind of wondering, okay, what's the deal here? Who's New Jersey going to be sending to Montreal? And it looks like it's a lot of young guys. So after 5-0 last night for the Habs against the Flyers, one can only wonder what we're going to see tonight from the Montreal Canadiens when you've got some of these guys playing tonight. Jake Evans, Brendan Gallagher, Owen Beck, like I said, Slavkovsky, Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, Reinbacher will be out there. Mike Matheson will be out there. Mayu out there once again. Jaden Struble will be out there once again. Florian Jacki will be out there on the fourth line once again. So Xavier Simoneau will be out there once again or tonight for the Montreal Canadiens. Having said all of that, guys, we're seeing Montembeault out there as well between the pipes. Yesterday, I mentioned the under on the show, and that did cash because guess what? The Habs got a shutout. This, to me, is an opportunity to bet the over. I think these teams are going to come together. The Devils have some young prospects that can score, but I think the Montreal Canadiens tonight are going to have some scorers out there. But I would not be shocked to see them give up 1 or 2 goals. Last night, they got a shutout. I don't think they're going to get a shutout tonight. So this game might be a little bit more back and forth. And the good news is if you're betting the over 6.5, you're going to get even money or plus money on that bet. Irish King 97. Can't even bet on the preseason, G. You got to bet on the preseason, brother. You got to bet on it because It's the same thing as NFL preseason. Sometimes you can get some sharper betting opportunities in the preseason than you can in the regular season. If you're doing the work, if you're putting the research in, if you're betting these proper numbers, you can make some money in the preseason. It's about limiting the action you have, I would say. So I agree with you on that. But I disagree with you that you can't bet on the preseason. Russell, what's up, Russell? He's betting on baseball right now. Baseball, 9th inning, 2 outs, and they have a home run. Man, that's tough. That's tough. I'm happy you're with us here, though. Preseason been good to me, better than MLB. All right, Russell, let's make some money. Let's hopefully cash you a ticket tonight. Islanders Rangers. So guys, Islanders Rangers tonight reminds me a hell of a lot of Buffalo and Columbus yesterday. Let's all lock in the Rangers -1.5. I know they've got some vets out there, and sometimes the vets go for a preseason skate, and they're not completely going out there with a mission to run the score up. And I understand the Islanders do have some guys, younger guys, trying to make the team. But based on what I've seen from the roster, the quotes I've seen, we got a -1.5, +114, a -225 favorite, but the total is only 5.5 here. I think this has like 4-1 written all over it, 4-1, 4-2 for the New York Rangers. Sign me up for this puck line. Again, not a huge puck line guy, but I do like this -1.5 on the Rangers. I think Zibanejad's going to be out there. I think you got some key players playing tonight based on what I had written down. The last one that we'll mention, which I skipped over actually, Buffalo Sabres and Pittsburgh Penguins. I think that Pittsburgh's the move. If you guys want to put the Pittsburgh Penguins and the New York Rangers as two dance partners together, you're going to spit out a +110 number. And I think both those teams get the job done. Many years ago, the Pittsburgh Penguins were not a team you wanted to be betting on during the preseason because they were so strong. This year, I think they want to establish that winning culture early on. Kevin Hayes, Rutger McGroarty, Cody Glass, Anthony Beauvillier, many players will be out there tonight for the Pittsburgh Penguins against the Buffalo Sabres. The Buffalo Sabres absolutely slapped the crap out of the Columbus Blue Jackets yesterday. I think things are going to be a little bit different tonight for Buffalo. And this is the thing, guys. Sometimes there can be value on the road in the preseason with some of these teams because the favorites, the home teams are going to be getting a lot of the attention. But this is an opportunity here, guys. Buffalo was at home yesterday. They beat the crap out of a team, and now they go on the road the next night. They've got Pittsburgh waiting for them. They got some hungry players that want to start off their preseason off on a really good note. So Penguins, New York Rangers together is a really good one there. +110. Let's see. Rangers, Penguins, two-team, +110. I think it's actually a good bet, guys. If you don't like the puck line, if you are not a puck line type of guy, Rangers, Penguins, two-teamer, +110. I think both those teams win the game outright. Seattle Kraken, Vancouver Canucks. I kind of looked at the rosters a little bit. That's a pass for me. That game could go either way. Vancouver short favorites I'm seeing. So we won't really look at that game overall. Man, I like the Isles. Come on, man. Come on. Is it just because you don't really want to take the vets there for the Penguins or for the Rangers, excuse me? Is that what it is? Aaron, that Buffalo and Habs moneyline parlay cashed yesterday. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, definitely. I was saying yesterday though, you probably didn't need to put that in a parlay. But I guess it just gave you better odds. Hey, whatever works. Steve says, sounds like we need to point the Habs puck line. I think tonight, if you like the Habs puck line, you just play the over. If you think the Habs are going to put up some goals, I think they will give up one or two the other way. But hey, it very well could be another lower scoring game where the Habs get the job done. I'm looking forward to watching as a fan. I do think they win. I'm going to find a way to try and bet on them tonight actually as well. We'll see what ends up happening if that ends up on my card. Let me know, guys. Anybody see any argument tonight, Rangers Penguins 2-teamer? I know it's preseason, but hey, I think these are two teams that are going to win out tonight, get the job done. IceX says, I recall the Isles versus Regs in the regular season, especially if it is Quick versus Varley. Yeah. I don't know. I think the Rangers will be up for this one. If you want an underdog, honestly, tonight, I think I would look towards the plus 154 and the Ducks, but I still don't know if I want to go against San Jose with how motivated they're going to be in the preseason. So, but again, the Sharks, guys, look, did they want to win in the preseason? I get it, but I don't care which Sharks it is, and I don't care who's out there for the Ducks. Does anybody really want to lay minus 185 with the Sharks is the biggest question. I don't think I want to. What's up, Brett? What's up, C-Web? Brett, sorry late to the show. Have you guys already covered Canes and Bolts? Yeah, Brett, I lean towards the Canes. I lean towards the road team. Tampa's a team that I don't really look towards in the preseason very much. There's a reason why. I think they're dogs at home in the preseason. Judging by their lineup, they've got a couple guys, a couple regular season guys, of course, out there. But I think this preseason will mean something to the coaching staff of Carolina. They also have some new players that are trying to make the team that I think that I would look at. So I think you got to look towards Carolina in this one. Bet that as soon as you can if you're interested in it. I think the price will only get worse closer to puck drop. C-Web, is there any way to watch these? Look, you're looking at a guy that watched a Montreal Canadiens game in French, and I barely even speak any French. I had to watch on the French channel because the English broadcast didn't even have the Canadiens yesterday. So there's ways to watch it. You can find your way through some streams. I didn't say that. There's streams out there you can watch for some of these. Yeah, most of these you can find spots to watch the games. That's for sure. If you want to watch one, you can watch one. Russell, smack that button, guys. Guys, do me a favor. If you're watching on Twitter, I got a decent amount of you guys watching on Twitter. Please head over to YouTube. I know it's easy to watch on Twitter. Head over to YouTube, subscribe to the channel, like the channel. We're going to be here every single day around 3 p.m. Eastern time, a little bit late starting today. I'm super excited, and I hope you guys will join me during the regular season on these. If we're going to be having you guys joining me on these at 3 p.m. During the preseason, I can't wait to see what goes on during the regular season. We can try and get a packed house on here and make some money. Hey, Russell, you said it, not me. You said it, not me. You said it. I don't mind you commenting that. All preseason. There we go. Steve Miller supposedly injured, so we'll be playing tonight. Was supposed to be in lineup for Vancouver. Interesting. Yeah. Vancouver minus 135 at DK. Kraken plus 140. Let me see if any more information was released about the Kraken before we go ahead. Kraken. Seattle's a team I like going into the year. Let's see. As you mentioned, that is a high total in the Ducks and Sharks game. 6.5, shaded towards the under, however. Important to mention, actually, I kind of like betting on teams in the preseason that have new coaches. Dan Bilesma takes over for the Seattle Kraken. So that could be something worth mentioning. The more I look at this team and on their socials feed, all I see are quotes from Bilesma. And you guys know, players want to impress their new coach. Players want to try and impress their new coach, put on a show for them and kind of create that new impression. So if that's the case, then Andrew, any good totals? Well, like I said, I do like that over in the Canadiens game, and it's plus 100 at 6.5. Islanders, I honestly think the Islanders-Rangers game could go over. I do like the Rangers to win that game. I could see both teams contributing, and if you look around, Russell, We got 6, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5, 6, and 6.5. Every single total is at 6 or 6.5 besides this Rangers game. But you got one team that's minus 225. Wouldn't shock me to see some goals in that one. I like the over in the Sens and Leafs game. I just don't. It's kind of funny because we pretty much have a full switch, right? So the Leafs dressed a full roster pretty much and lost outright to the Sens 6-5 in overtime. And now the Sens are at home and they're dressing a full roster, and now they're minus 200 against the Maple Leafs tonight. But I think both teams score. That's just what it comes down to. I think when you take overs, no matter what sport it is, NBA, NFL, NHL, CFL, whatever it might be, both teams have to tango in order to get you over the total. I think both teams will in that one. So Maple Leafs, Senators over 6.5. Thanks a lot for being here, guys. Thanks a lot for everybody being here. Really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate it. Can you guys comment below? Is this a good time? Do you guys like the 3:30-ish, 3 o'clock time frame? That's kind of what I'm thinking. For me personally, this is going to be kind of like the live show segment, so I'm not really as worried about getting views after it's over. I'm worried about just chatting with you guys live on the show. Because obviously me doing this later in the day, I'm not going to get many views after. I got a couple hours till puck drop. But I feel like people maybe are a little bit more around at this time. So what do you guys think? Is this a pretty good time? Steve, look forward to puck time. Me too. I can't wait. I was talking to Carm today on the phone. We're looking forward to it. So I'm going to have puck time at 11 a.m. Eastern. And then I'm going to have this show later on in the evening. IceX. I like it later personally. That's the time I wake up due to my graveyard work shift. There we go. Okay. So later the better. This is a good time. Andrew, what's your NHL package look like? So, we just actually, the early bird specials out of the picture right now, Russell, but, I just got this created today because I'm going to be doing all this NHL preseason stuff. NHL preseason plus the first month of the whole entire regular season, $149. So that's the best promo. If anybody wants my favorite plays, you guys can get that for $149. One regular play at Wager Talk is $25. I'd rather you guys join me. If you're going to join me for some of these specials and some of these deals. You're going to save money that way. That way you're not just relying on one pick at a time. If you guys buy one pick and you spend $25 and it loses, you're not happy, and I feel horrible about it. You join me for the preseason. We're going to try and make up the cost. That $149 you're going to pay should hopefully be paid for at the very least in the preseason. And then you're free rolling the first month of the regular season. So WT.buzz/AM, full preseason plus the first month of the regular season for $149. That's the best way to go. And if you guys want my plays, that's where you can get it. IceX, stay in New Jersey. Okay. 3:30. Don't want to have to choose between you and Ice Guys show. I thought Ice Guys was at 2 o'clock though. Aren't they at 2? I think they're at 2 Eastern. I thought 2 Eastern is what I thought they were anyway. That's true though. I don't want to be against those guys. They already got a huge following anyway, and they're my guys. So, whatever it is, I just want to be consistent. So I want people to be able to come here and join me. Steve, I like the over in the Rangers Isles game. Yeah, the more I thought about that, the more I like it too. 5.5 in a preseason, man, that's interesting. But then I've got this. Then we've got the Rangers Penguins 2 team that we're kind of interested in. So I don't know if I like that color. Yeah, that looks cooler to me. I don't know if I like that orange. You're going to get rid of that orange. Ice Guys is at 2, but never starts on time, though. Yeah, so, I mean, if they go 30 or 40 minutes, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Yeah, I mean, realistically, if you watched that show and then you came and joined me, you'd only be, missing the first 10, 15 minutes of my show. Exactly, Russ, and it goes for an hour minimum. I'm on West Coast. Time works well. Man, yeah, I miss NHL too. I'm pumped. Guys, you don't understand. If you don't know how diehard Canadians fan I am, And this is the thing I will tell you guys. I will do my best on these streams, whether we're talking props, sides, or totals, to not let my fandom get in the way. It's so nice to just be a Canadiens fan. I was watching the full game yesterday in French. Today I'm going to watch RDS once again, which is the French channel, and watch the Habs because TSN or Sportsnet both aren't carrying it. And I just want to watch my team. So I'll probably watch a little bit of the Leafs and Sens because they're in English. But I'll be watching a lot of the Habs game as well. I've said a lot in the reg season that regs and pens don't win on the same day. My style of capping is through it. You know what? I've heard weirder. We all think stuff like that. I can't blame you. Guys, if you're watching on X, do me a solid. Retweet this. That's all I ask. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Really does help me out. I have a goal in mind for the new year. I'd love to get to 500 subscribers. I want to get the view counts up consistently every single day. And it all starts with the community. It all starts with chatting with you guys every single day. Would you guys be interested in me doing some pregame shows or shows during games? Let me know below. But the Rangers Penguins 2-teamers seems to be the play of the day for us here on the show. I do like the Washington Capitals, and it's a short -125 price. I do like the Canadiens to win again tonight. Lean towards the over in that game as well. Going to spend the rest of the time here trying to figure out the best bets that I have and release those to clients. But yeah, hopefully that can happen. Do you give out one best bet, C Web? Wait, why you laughing? What? Never mind. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why you're laughing at that. Yeah, I think I'll go Caps. I'll go Caps as kind of my favorite play here, I guess, for the show's purposes. Oh, I know why you're laughing, because I have it right on the screen as the Rangers and Penguins 2-teamer at +110. So yeah, that's what we'll go with, I guess. It's been on the screen for a while, but as Steve said, 5.5 is too low for the total in the Rangers and Islanders game, so I wouldn't talk anybody off the over in that one either. All right, guys, any more points for us to touch on before we call it a show? Andrew's a Canadian fan and Prez breaks your balls. He's a Leafs fan. Yeah, I know. And, I mean, I don't get how Leafs fans can say anything over the past few years. It's all the way to the first round, and then they don't really do much after that. But I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me crap all over the Leafs. I do enough of that. All right, guys, you can see it below the screen. If you're interested in my plays, the preseason, all my best bets I decide to release to clients, which I'll usually be releasing at 5 o'clock Eastern. You can get them at wt.buzz/am. NHL preseason plus the first month of the year, $149. If you're watching on YouTube again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, fellas. We'll see you guys next time.